Welcome to Good Evening KU. I'm your hostess, Katie Kaufman.
And I'm Grayson Geldner.
So Grayson, tell me how your weekend went.
My weekend was great. The weather was fantastic.
I know, it was so nice this weekend.
Yes, it was super nice. And so I got to enjoy the weather, and that was super nice. And KU basketball was great.
I know. I feel like we were going to lose a little bit in the beginning of the game, and then we just came back, and I was like, yes, thank goodness.
Yes, it was great. I was really happy to get to go outside and enjoy that. And the weather has been so crazy lately.
So the weather, even though it's super nice, it's kind of scary that it's so nice in February.
Absolutely.
So do you think it has anything to do with global warming, or?
I absolutely think it does. I think it's been progressing, definitely.
Right.
I mean, last year it was definitely warmer than most winters, so it's been crazy that it is February. We haven't seen any snow.
Yeah, we haven't seen any snow. I mean, it's almost March. March is on Wednesday next week or something, and it's 80 degrees outside right now, I think.
Yes.
Which I'm not complaining because I'm happy that
Absolutely
it's nice.
not. We were talking about this earlier. I really didn't believe in global warming up until this point in time, because it was just something that was so foreign to me. I was like,
absolutely,
no way.
Yeah, I totally thought that global warming was just kind of global warming isn't real, blah, blah, blah. And then until now, it's super warm in February. I think that's so weird, but I mean, oh well, I'm not complaining about it, but.
And it is supposed to be colder as the week progresses, so.
Yes.
There are some activities happening this weekend, so
Mardi
Gras.
Are you doing anything for Mardi Gras, or
I'm
are you
not.
going anywhere?
When I was in Spanish class my senior year, we always celebrated Mardi Gras, and that was always so fun. We did the baby and the cake, all that kind of stuff.
What is that, baby and the cake?
Well, it's a celebratory thing. So they have a cake and they cut it, and if you get this little plastic baby in your piece of cake, then you're given you have to eat the piece of cake or whatever, some sort of prize. I don't really know, but it's a big celebratory thing for the Mardi Gras thing.
Okay, I have never celebrated it that way before. Actually, I've never really celebrated Mardi Gras until I came to KU, and I didn't know that it was such a big deal. But I'm going to St. Louis because I guess
that's so fun.
I know. I'm so excited. My best friend's actually from St. Louis, and she told me, Katie, we have to go to St. Louis. It's so fun. They have a big parade, and you totally need to go there and check it out. So I was like, okay, let's go. It's only 4 hours away.
And have you been to St. Louis before?
No, I haven't. So I'm so excited. Have you been to St. Louis, or?
I have once, a couple times actually, and I absolutely love St. Louis. It's a cool place to be.
I've heard that it's a really cool place.
Not for Mardi Gras, but I mean, I think that'll be super fun. Super exciting.
Yeah. And so are you going to watch the game after this? Because we're going against TCU.
Absolutely, yes, it is coming up. I'm super excited. Big KU fan, obviously, being here. So it's going to be a good game.
Are you going to make it to the game at all, or?
I wish. I do wish, but I am going to watch regardless. But what about you?
No, I can't make it to the game. I have a big test tomorrow, but I mean, school comes first.
Yeah, absolutely.
But of course, I'll be watching it on TV and
for sure.
keeping updated with that.
And speaking of keeping updated, there is a Twitter question out of who you think is going to be the top scorer in tonight's game. So definitely check that out. Send in your responses, and we'd love to get your answers.
Absolutely. And so thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll have news back.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas. A great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Ellie English.
And I'm Grace Chappell. This is your Good Evening KU News Update. The search for the 18-year-old boy who went missing last Saturday night at the Douglas County State Lake may have ended this afternoon. Authorities have previously identified the boy as Cameron Kirshner of Gardner. Kirshner was on a small boat with a friend around 10 p.m. when it capsized. A boat had been recovered on scene, but conditions in the water have made it difficult for the teams looking to locate the teen. The family released a statement yesterday, thanking the community and law enforcement for their support and efforts during this difficult time.
The Trump administration is preparing to rescind former President Obama's rules granting transgender individuals their own sex-segregated facilities, including bathrooms. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer said they were still sorting out the details early Wednesday. Many activists are pinning their hopes on a Supreme Court case possibility.
The Kansas House has voted to override Republican Governor Brownback's veto of a bill increasing personal income taxes in an attempt to help balance the budget. It would increase income tax rates and end exemptions for more than 330,000 farmers and business owners. The bill would raise more than $1 billion over 2 years starting this July.
In science news, astronomers have found at least 7 new Earth-sized planets orbiting the same star. This discovery comes with a surprising potential. These newly discovered planets are all temperate, meaning they could have water on their surfaces and potentially support life. In 2018, the James Webb Space Telescope will launch and be positioned 1 million miles from Earth, with an unprecedented view of the universe.
The University of Kansas currently prohibits alcohol consumption on campus, but a cold beer could be coming soon in places as close as the Union. Memorial Union Director David Mucci said alcohol sales could be coming to the Union in other similar locations. The university is currently experimenting with alcohol sales and will continue efforts in the new sports pub coming to the Union.
Have you ever wondered about how the cost of your tuition is determined? The group KU Against Rising Tuition will offer a presentation next Wednesday night to discuss the causes and effects of rising tuition and how to achieve an affordable education. The meeting is at 7 p.m. on March 1st in the engineering complex. Free food will be provided.
And that will wrap it up for today's news update. Please keep watching and we will be back with our interview.
When you shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
Welcome back. Today we have with us Mady Womack, and just a couple days ago, Mady was nominated to run for student body president for the 2017-2018 school year. Mady, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with Student Senate and what you do right now?
Absolutely. So I've been a part of Student Senate kind of since about this time my freshman year, actually. I was a senator for the School of Engineering, then I was a senator again my sophomore year. But I think what's been most important for me in Student Senate has been being the Student Senate Government Relations Director, and basically what that position is I'm kind of the student advocacy and lobbying arm of Student Senate. I focus on how I can best represent and vocalize the wide breadth of student experience to people who kind of have the power to change it and make an impact on students' lives. And that's what I've been kind of focused on this year.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about the platform that you're running on this year?
Absolutely. So kind of in the same vein, I think what's been most important to me and what we're all kind of committed to is, what's the difference between why we lose so many students after their first semester of college? How do we keep those students here? What's the difference between why some students graduate and why some don't? And what I've been really committed to, and our whole team is very committed to, working on those aspects of student experience that Student Senate is most effective and has the power to change, and focusing on that. And we've introduced a few platforms to kind of further that mission, such as reforming the reporting process for sexual assault, talking about how do we best enroll our students in ROTC, student vets, people that serve our country, and also focusing on freshman involvement in Student Senate.
Perfect. So that's a little bit about what you hope to do for the KU community. What's something that students should know about you as a leader and what you bring differently to the table?
Right, for sure. I think I've really tried to focus this year on kind of building a record of experience and leadership, and I think that's really something that is important. I think that you need people who know kind of how to get things done and how hard it can be to move things through the process of higher education, and that's really what I've learned this year in Student Senate, and that's what I would emphasize, is that I'm ready to do the work and that I know how.
Cool. So what would you suggest to students that kind of want to get involved in the voting process or the election process?
Right, for sure. I think that just kind of takes, not necessarily that you have to go out to every meeting and be present in every discussion, but just trying to stay informed and on top of things. The information is out there. Social media is obviously a huge asset in terms of staying informed.
And when is the election?
The election will be April 12th and 13th.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and after the break, we will be back with the weather.
welcome back to Good Evening KU. Right now you're looking at a live shot at Sam down at Allen Fieldhouse. Sam, how have the conditions been this week?
The conditions out here are pretty great. All week the weather's been pretty mild, and we've had some pretty good temperatures all week. I actually got to go out and play a little golf this weekend and practice on the game, and it seemed to be the common dress code this week is t-shirt and shorts, and that's pretty uncommon for February, so it's been pretty awesome.
And how has the weather been today?
Today it's pretty much the same as it has been all week. As we see Allen Fieldhouse here behind me, we've got fans filing in tonight, and seems to be fans are wearing shorts and t-shirts again tonight. So hopefully the Jayhawks can go get 13 straight with this great weather tonight.
Well, right now the temperature is 78 degrees, and there are slight winds out from the northwest, and there are clear skies. But tonight, as the game ends, it'll get a little colder outside, but it won't ruin any plans you have for celebrating a Jayhawk victory. Tomorrow, there is a slight chance of rain in the morning at 11 a.m., and temperatures will dip down into the mid-50s. But as we head into the afternoon and the evening hours, the temperature will stay mostly in the mid-60s, and the skies will start to clear out. All right, and now let's look at your 5-day forecast. Other than the rain tomorrow, temperatures should stay nice and shorts weather. But as we head into the weekend, temperatures will go down into the mid-40s and high 40s, and you might want to get your sweaters back out. All right, and that's all I have for us today. And now we're going to go back to Grayson and Katie.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. Thank you for tweeting in for all your answers.
Yes, and the results are in. Devontae Graham, the birthday boy, was chosen to be the leading scorer of this game.
Happy birthday, Devontae Graham. Well, that's it, and stay tuned for next week's edition of Good Evening KU.